The iron latch scrapes stone. Cold air hits skin. In the flickering lamplight of a Subura basement, late 1st century AD, the steel is quick. The voice is stolen before it can break. This is the creation of Rome's castrated child slaves, the empire's most tragic luxury. They were called pueri delicati, the delicate boys. He clutches a small leather bulla, the amulet meant to guard a free child. It is empty now. Usells. He has marched to the Palatine Hill, no longer a boy, not yet a man, only a thing, a treasure. Why did the masters of the world demand this specific quiet cruelty? And what proof of their existence did the emperors try to bury under the marble? The palace required a silence that could be bought. If you enjoy these dark histories, leave a like and subscribe, and comment below where you're listening from. And now, back to the story. He is no longer a person. He is an asset. The Mango, the slave dealer, who arranged the mutilation, sells him at a private auction. The price is astronomical, higher than a legionary's pay for a lifetime. He is bought by a procurator for the emperor's own household on the Palatine Hill. He is marched through corridors of cold marble. The sheer scale of the palace is meant to crush the individual. Floors of intricate mosaic, so polished they reflect the light like water, are cold under his bare feet. The air is heavy with cedar smoke, Libyan incense, and the unseen smell of immense power. He is stripped. His old tunic is taken and burned. He is submerged in a cold bath, scrubbed raw with pumice and lye by other household slaves. They do their work with rough, practiced indifference. This is the first day of his new life. A pedagogus, a senior slave who manages the household staff, inspects him. He is given a new name, not his, something Greek and soft. Eros, Phaedrus, Hyacinthus. His old name is never spoken again. It is a ghost. He is catalogued. His name, his price, his origin, now listed as Alexandria or Smyrna, whether true or not, and his specialty are recorded on a wax tablet, then transferred to the household scrolls. He is an object in an inventory, filed next to silver plate and bolts of silk. This is the mercy of his condition. He will not go to the mines. He will not freeze guarding a gate or starve on a farm. He will wear fine linen, sleep on down, and eat food finer than any free plebeian will ever taste. He is shielded from the filth and violence of the streets. He is a treasure, locked away from the world. But a cage, even of gold, still crushes the one inside. His training begins immediately. It is not a training of the mind. It is a systematic dismantling of the will. He learns to move without sound. He practices walking on marble, on mosaic, on wool, placing his foot just so, a shadow at his master's heel. He learns to pour wine, the heavy amphora steady in his small hands, filling the silver cup to the precise rim without a single drop splashing, without the cup clicking on the table. He learns to stand for hours, holding a lamp, a fan, or a mirror, without twitching, without sighing. He is trained to be breathing furniture. He learns the hierarchy. He is separate. The kitchen slaves, the scribes, the guards, they look past him. He is not one of them. He is an object of the master's private world. He sees the other delicati, older boys, their faces smooth, their eyes vacant. Some are favored, some are not. Favor is a dangerous, temporary thing. A quiet, cold thing grows inside him. It is not hope, it is endurance. He learns to read his master, the slight shift of weight, the tightening of a jaw, the flicker of an eyelid. His survival depends on this silent reading. He absorbs the household's secrets, the whispers, the alliances, the betrayals. He holds them all behind a placid, perfect mask. The boy was erased, leaving only the prize. The trial is not a single day in court. It is every day. He stands by the triclinium, the dining couch, as the emperor eats. It might be Domitian, a man of cold appetites and swift paranoia. The condition is unspoken, but absolute. Be perfect. Be invisible, yet instantly available. Be beautiful, but untouched by time. This is the why. The masters of Rome, who could conquer nations and move mountains, were terrified of one thing: time. The puer delicatus was the ultimate luxury, an act of defiance against nature. The castration, brutal and absolute, froze the body. It preserved the smooth skin, the high voice, the delicate proportions of boyhood. It was a grotesque attempt to create a servant who would never mature, never challenge, never grow into a man. He was a living statue, a breathing symbol of his master's power to arrest even the seasons. The price, of course, was everything. The boy's future, his lineage, his voice, his very identity, all sacrificed for this imperial aesthetic. He lives in a world of soft pressure. He is given silk robes. He is praised for his grace. This is the first layer of the trap. The favor of the emperor is warm, but it is the warmth of a fire that can incinerate. He is a fixture in the private baths, the library, the bedchamber. He sees the empire's secrets. He watches men beg for their lives. He hears the orders for executions. He sees the raw, unguarded face of power. But a cage of gold and silk offers no real protection. Then, the soft pressure gives way to deprivation. One evening, his hand trembles. A single drop of dark Falernian wine spills on the white marble. The emperor's conversation does not stop. The laughter does not pause, but the gaze shifts. A cold, flat, reptilian gaze. For a week, he is given no tasks. He is left in his small, windowless cell in the servants' quarters. This is not rest. It is a void. He is fed, but he is not spoken to. He is not summoned. He has ceased to exist. This silence is the true weapon. It is the purest form of control. A senior delicatus, one whose favor has long since faded, sees him in the corridor. "Forget the child you were," the older slave whispers, his voice a dry rustle. "It is easier." The boy looks at the hollowed-out man before him. "I cannot." That single cold refusal is not for the emperor. It is for himself. He realizes the nature of the test. They meant to break him, to hollow him out, and fill him with their own desires. But the discipline they forced upon him, the stillness, the silence, the observation, has become his armor. They taught him to be a perfect, unfeeling mask. He will use that mask to hide the one thing they cannot touch, his memory. He will be the perfect servant. He will stand and pour and wait. But inside the cold, silent shell, the boy he was still watches. The mask, meant to erase him, became his only shield. They demanded he be a beautiful thing, but what secrets can a thing observe? He is no longer new. He is 18, perhaps 20. The mercy of the iron has worked. His face is smooth, his voice is high. He is a trusted silent fixture. One winter afternoon, he is tasked with sorting old scrolls in the private bibliotheca of the palace, a small, cold room, heavy with the smell of cedar oil and aging papyrus. These are scrolls not meant for public eyes. Household accounts, private letters. He unrolls a volumen of household accounts from the previous reign. His fingers trace the dry, black ink. He is literate. A delicatus was often taught to read to his master. He sees entries for wine, for marble, for grain, and then he sees it. A line item. Acquisitio, puer, Bithynia, Narcissus. The price is listed 500,000 sesterces, a fortune enough to fund a small garrison. He keeps unrolling. He finds another scroll, a list of assets to be disposita, disposed of. A delicatus is listed. Age 19, voice breaking. His new assignment, sulfur mines. A death sentence. In a small wooden box at the bottom of the chest, he finds it. A small, cracked clay bulla. Not leather, clay, cheaper. It has a single thumbprint pressed into it, made before it was fired. It is empty. He holds the amulet. He does not weep. He does not pray. He places his own thumb into the small, ancient print of the boy who came before him. A perfect, cold fit. He closes the box and puts the scrolls back. He is a ghost, honoring a ghost. The truth was not hidden in a vault. It was filed away as a transaction. This is the hidden truth we find. It is not in the grand histories. The histories were written by senators who also owned these slaves. The truth is in the margins. Cautious records confirm this. The poet Martial, writing in the late 1st century, openly describes these boys, sometimes complaining about their arrogance or praising their beauty. He treats them as a fact of life for the wealthy. But imperial biographers like Suetonius are more cautious. They used the delicati as a weapon, accusing bad emperors like Nero or Domitian of unnatural vices, while conveniently ignoring the practice in their own households. The secret was not the act, which was an open secret among the elite. The hidden truth was the hypocrisy. We know that Emperor Domitian, around 82 AD, officially banned the practice of castration within the empire's borders. A moral, just law praised in the Senate. Yet, the palace accounts show the purchases continued. The trade simply moved outside the borders of Italy. The prices went up, and the emperor's agents were the primary buyers. The law was a mask to protect the dignitas of the state, while the emperor's private appetites were fed in secret. He held the bulla. He was the bulla, an empty vessel, proof of a law broken by the man who wrote it. The empire's laws were stone, but its appetites were water. He is 25. The smooth skin is beginning to weather. A new emperor, perhaps Trajan, sits on the throne. An emperor who values gravitas and soldiers, not delicate shadows. The delicatus is now an inconvenience. His name, Hyacinthus, is struck from the household codex, a single wet line of black ink drawn through the entry. Venditus, sold. To where? The record stops. There is no destination. The ink is withheld. The wax tablets recording his service are melted down. The ridges of his name smooth into a flat, warm void, ready for a new entry, a new asset. He is erased from the inventory. What happened to him? The archives are silent. He is not a person of history. He is a footnote to a receipt. We have no tomb, no final record. He is a ghost in the imperial margins. Did he die young in the palace, his body quietly disposed of? Was he sold, as the palace accounts hinted, to a sulfur mine in Sicily, his lungs burning with the fumes? Or did he live out his days as a minor servant in a provincial villa? A strange, high-voiced man? His past, a secret he carried in his own body? The witnesses are distant. The Christian polemicists, centuries later, would rage against this pagan practice. But their testimony is religious, not historical. The satirists, like Martial, only saw the surface, the expensive pet at the dinner party. They did not record the end. The silence itself is the evidence. The void in the record is the shape of the crime. The poor delicatus is gone. The emperor is dust. The Palatine Hill is a ruin of cold stone, picked over by wind, but the practice did not die. The demand for that specific tragic silence merely traveled. The iron latch scrapes stone. But this time, it is not a first-century basement in the Subura. It is a 10th century Parakoimomenos in the Great Palace of Constantinople. It is a 16th century page in the Topkapi Seraglio. The name changed. The place changed. The empire changed. The cold steel, the empty bulla, and the stolen voice remained the same. Subscribe, hit the bell, and like. Power always demands a sacrifice it will not name.